again a tricky question. So the common mistake that you students usually make, they write the whole word instead of a letter. This is a very common mistake because these questions are quite easy, so they thought that they may need to write the word, like what is the function of this one or that one. So okay, but you need to write the letter. So first of all, you need to identify what are these parts. First of all, what is F? Nucleus. What is G? Yeah, it's a membrane. What is H? J? Cell wall. K? And L? Chloroplast. So here the functions are given. You need to write the functions according to this diagram. Like what is correct? Oh my god, my whole labeling has been disturbed. Okay. So first of all, it controls the movement of substance into and out of the cell. G. Exert a pressure to maintain the shape of a cell. Exerts a pressure. That would be vacuole, and it's K. Produces sugar using light as a source of energy. Chloro, chloroplast. That would be L. Withstands the internal pressure of the cell. Cell wall J. And controls the activities of a cell. Controls the activities we have discussed earlier in question number one. What controls the nucleus? So nucleus controls the activity of the cells. Okay, let's move to the next question. It's a graph given. So first of all, we need to figure out some words which we need to we need to understand that what questions ask. So a graph is given. The question is discuss the result or describe the result. So there are two main forms. One is description, other is explanation. Sometimes they are asked explain the graph, sometimes they ask describe the graph. So whenever there is a question related to describe, you need to give the values. Okay, like now there are three. Usually a graph has three type of values. You need to mention the starting point. What is the starting point? And then you have to mention where it reaches to maximum, and the third point should be what happened, like what is the rate or whatever after that maximum. Okay, now try to explain the graph with values. Keep in mind the on 20 seconds the volume of oxygen is this 4. Okay, on 40 seconds the volume is about 5.5. I'm giving you a rough value. So on 6 the value is almost 5.8. On 80 the volume is almost 5.9, or maybe 9 5 or maybe 6. Above, or no, it's 5.9, not 6. On this 100 it becomes 6, and on this again it becomes 6 cubic centimeter. So what do you get from this graph? You need to describe. So okay, the question is it's a graph representing the enzyme activity basically on hydrogen peroxide, and when hydrogen peroxide breaks it produces two things: water and oxygen. Okay, so they are just calculating the effect of that enzyme, that what is the effect of enzyme on the production of the oxygen, the volume of oxygen produced. Okay, okay, now tell the answer. Hmm. At zero, or at the start of the reaction, at 0 seconds or at the start of the reaction. Okay. It becomes constant. Okay. So let me give you like some answer. At this, like at the start of the reaction, there was no oxygen produced, but with the passage of time, there would be increase in the volume of oxygen. At 80 seconds, or like 80 seconds, the reaction becomes constant. Okay, and then we have to give value. It would be 6 cubic centimeter and won't increase further. Okay. Okay, so let's move to the next question. Next question is, explain the action of enzyme during a reaction. Now you need to give the reason, like why is this increasing? What is the definition of enzymes? What are enzymes? What is the function of enzyme? They speed up the reaction. Okay, now here they are talking about catalase. So what is catalase doing? Catalase is breaking the hydrogen peroxide into, okay, wait, function of catalase. We have written already that it breaks hydrogen peroxide into water and oxygen. Okay. Now, why is this oxygen? How is this oxygen producing? When it binds to active site, which is complementary in shape. We'll revise this chapter. Don't, no worries. Complementary to its shape. It's just like lock and key, as lock a key fits into lock. Similarly, the enzymes, oh sorry, the substrate fits into the enzymes or the active site of the enzymes. Okay, so when the reaction this all happen, so the product produced are water and oxygen. Okay, so let's move to the next question.